Deadpool and Wolverine aren't really known for playing well with others. While these two did not start their relationship off on the best foot, they have over time created an unlikely bromance and respect for each other. I decided to dive into the comic history between the two to help us learn about their complicated history together. Deadpool and Wolverine have essentially been connected even before meeting each other thanks to the Weapon X program. This is the program that gave Wolverine his adamantium and Deadpool his derivative of Wolverine's healing factor to help cure his cancer. But the issue that set the tone for the relationship moving forward was Wolverine issue number 88, written by Larry Hama and art by Adam Kubert and Fabio Laguna. This is the first meeting between Deadpool and Wolverine, although that was retconned in 2008, but we won't get into that right now. But let's just say it doesn't take long for Deadpool and Wolverine to start fighting. Wolverine promised to check in on one of his Weapon X friends, Garrison Kane, aptly named Weapon X, and just as Wolverine comes across Kane's apartment, it just so happens that Deadpool is wrecking it. Deadpool was looking for his ex-girlfriend, Vanessa, aka Copycat, who at that time was dating Garrison Kane. Deadpool was pretty pissed that Vanessa left him and ultimately gets the best of Wolverine after stabbing him with both of his katanas and leaving him to die. Unfortunately for Deadpool, Wolverine meets up where Deadpool met up with Kane and Copycat and realizes that he's outnumbered and escapes by throwing a grenade at them. But the next time we see a major and memorable fight between Deadpool and Wolverine, it's because Deadpool sought out to fight Wolverine. In Deadpool issue 27, written by Joe Kelly with art by Walter McDaniel, we see Deadpool has been having hallucinations of this woman pouring alcohol into milk and these bunnies. Now, Deadpool is seeking psychiatric help from Dr. Bong, who suggests that Deadpool work off his aggression in a superhero fight. Deadpool, of course, decides that Wolverine is the only hero capable of giving him a good fight. When Deadpool finally meets up with Wolverine, Wolverine declines to fight him because there's no good reason. That is until Deadpool decides to uppercut Kitty Pryde. And that, of course, makes Wolverine super pissed off. During their fight, if Wolverine wasn't already pissed off enough, he goes into a frenzy after Deadpool hits one of his friends with a stray bullet. Wolverine eventually impales Deadpool with his claws, but right before that happens, Deadpool realizes this woman from his hallucinations was a longtime lover from his past who eventually got away and has recently died. But the next time we see Deadpool and Wolverine is where their relationship starts to take a turn. Our frenemies meet again in the Wolverine Annual 99. Wolverine is getting a book signed by author Duncan Vess, who also happens to be a werewolf. And well, the Council of Werewolves hire Deadpool to kill Duncan. Of course, Wolverine and Deadpool meet up and they have to fight about this, but during their fight, another werewolf shows up, Lycus, who ends up attacking them. Now, ultimately, Deadpool and Wolverine team up to fight this group of werewolves, and after defeating them, they reach a truce after Wolverine punches Deadpool in the face, says that they're even, and go share a few beers together. Now with the tides turning in their relationship, Wolverine asks Deadpool for help in Wolverine Deadpool The Decoy #1 by Stuart Moore and Sean Crystal. In this story, a dysfunctional Shi'ar robot lands on Earth who is programmed to destroy Jean Grey, who unfortunately is dead at this time. Wolverine is dispatched to go take care of this robot because if it isn't taken care of, it's just going to keep destroying everything in its path until it finds Jean. However, every time Wolverine goes to attack this robot, it would teleport, making whatever Wolverine attempted basically useless. Also, really quickly, this has got to be the worst take on Wolverine that I've ever seen. But Wolverine ultimately realizes that he needs something to distract the robot, and who doesn't love being mutilated by a robot's laser other than Deadpool? It was Wolverine's idea to dress Deadpool up as Jean in one of her old costumes, which, by the way, why did Wolverine just randomly have this? Talk about kind of weird and creepy, right? But that was just enough to trick the robot, which gave Wolverine enough time to attack and destroy the robot. This whole team up, though, of course, made Deadpool jealous and wanted to work with Wolverine even more. So Deadpool tried to work his way onto the X-Men team numerous times, despite technically not being a mutant, and does actually work his way onto the team at times, very much against Wolverine's will. However, Wolverine and Deadpool were officially teammates when Deadpool joined Wolverine's X-Force team. But he wasn't actually invited onto the team by Wolverine and was invited by Archangel. However, things surprisingly became too much for Deadpool after the team went on a mission to kill a reborn Apocalypse. The reason this was a big deal was because reborn Apocalypse was still a child. Now, the team didn't know how to handle this situation, but Phantom X made the decision and still killed Child Apocalypse. In some later issues, it was revealed that Deadpool was completely against this and that he didn't sign up to kill kids and left the X-Force team. But that's not the last time Deadpool was on X-Force. In the most recent X-Men era, Krakoa, Deadpool has tried multiple times to make himself an honorary mutant and live on Krakoa. Eventually, Deadpool gained Wolverine's trust during a team-up and worked his way onto the X-Force team again in X-Force issue number 30 by Benjamin Percy with art by Robert Gill. So while Deadpool and Wolverine have most recently been teammates in the comics, they can still get on each other's nerves. While I didn't cover everything from the comics, there does seem to be a typical pattern in their relationship. Fight, be forced to work with each other, and be sort of buddies while tolerating one another. From everything that we've seen in the trailers for Deadpool and Wolverine, this animosity is most likely what we're going to see on screen. Now, if you want to catch a list of all the confirmed and rumored cameos in Deadpool and Wolverine, go ahead and check this video out.